Welcome back to another wonderful Taj Vlogs. This episode is going to be something ultimately super easy and very fun, I think. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys how to make limoncello. So, the first thing you want to do is get some neutral grain spirit. That being said, it doesn't have to be that neutral. I think a grain spirit that is sweeter is better. That is not residual sugar sweet, but it has a flavor profile that appears sweet on the tongue. Something like a clear corn whiskey. You want something that has a high alcohol percentage. I'm not just talking liquor, as in 40% alcohol, which is the typical common alcohol percentage, or 80 proof, if you will. I'm talking something that's like 70% alcohol and above. That is what's best for this. And I'm telling you the reason why right now is we're doing half, whatever that alcohol is, that's infused with lemons, and half simple syrup. So what you're going to do is you're going to dilute it down. Now, if you don't want a very high alcohol content in there anyway, it's okay to use like vodka or maybe a white rum, and then you're just going to end up with like 20% alcohol. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think a higher alcohol really helps with this because there's a lot of lemon flavor and a lot of sweetness, and you need something else to kind of balance that out, and that's the alcohol. So my recommendation is Everclear. I know that's crazy. It's 95% alcohol, which, you know, it's still going to be a lot of alcohol afterward. But it really does yield a good flavor compound for the rest of this. Now, if you can legally get your hands on some other corn distillate, so basically White Lightning, moonshine, but legal and above 40% alcohol, good luck, but that would be a great choice. Otherwise, just try and find maybe a vodka that has a very high percent of alcohol. So, what I did was I took over a week ago now, I can't remember. I got a bag of lemons, the ones that come in the netting, the plastic netting, and it was 4 or 5 lemons, and I squeezed all the juice in here. I used a hand clamp lemon juicer, or citrus juicer rather, and I peeled all the citrus rinds off, or all the lemon rinds off. And every day, I kept this in the fridge, and every day I took it and I shook it vigorously before I put it back in the fridge. And after about a week, 2 weeks is better, you get this extremely high alcohol, extremely lemony, slightly sweet flavor that is amazing. So it really just infuses those flavors into the alcohol. And you come out with something that's fairly clear. It's a little less clear because I shook it up just before I started to do the next step. And the next step is clarifying. And it's really easy to filter your lemon alcohol, and lemon infused alcohol. First thing you want to do is get a filter. You want to get a funnel. Any funnel is fine. It doesn't matter. The wider the funnel, the more filtration you can have technically. Ones that allow a filter, a V-shaped filter to go in that has a flat bottom, such as this number 2 filter, will work very well. This filter that I'm using is made out of bamboo, and it's very important because, one, it's not bleached, so you're not getting any weird compounds, chemical compounds into your alcohol. We're doing things natural here. And two, I don't know what it is exactly, but I use them for coffee, and I really prefer them. The coffee comes out much less bitter, a little sweeter, and it's just more well-rounded. And it just really brings out the flavor of the coffee. It's the same thing for this alcohol and the sweetness in it, and the lemon flavor. This is really, really going to help filter it properly. Now you can maybe see oh, maybe right there. See those drips coming out? That's how fast this filters. This is going to take a while. And considering that the funnel cannot hold all 3 cups or so of alcohol or liquid that I'm pouring out of here, you're going to have to pour it in, come back, pour it in. It's okay. It's no big deal. Don't worry about temperature control or anything because this is such a high alcohol content that nothing's going to go bad by leaving it out at room temperature. So that's step 2. And step 3 is very easy. You're going to yield, I think, let's see here. I think you'll yield a good 3 cups out of this. There's 4 cups in a standard size mason jar. 3.5. Yep, 4 cups. The top line is set at 3.5 cups, but I know that there's another half a cup up toward the rim. Woo! So the next step is to get some sugar. I'm just using pure white bleached sugar. If you want, you can go ahead and use raw sugar, or you can even use honey for this. Although the amount of honey as opposed to the amount of sugar will be a little different. You can go onto Google and research how much less honey to use in comparison to sugar in different recipes. I think this would be very good with honey. Then it'd be honey limoncello, not just limoncello. You can also use, did I say a raw sugar? You can use a raw sugar. And you're going to want to grab your 1 cup measuring cup. All right? And you're going to take 2 scoops of sugar with a dry measuring cup. Then take the same dry measuring cup and fill it up with water. Tap water's fine. Twice. Then heat it up. You're not boiling it. You're just going to heat it. It's going to look, you're going to mix it around. A silicone spatula is best for this. And as you mix it around, it's going to go from sugar on the bottom, water on top, to cloudy, kind of opaque, if you will. And then when the sugar clears up and the top just has some film on it, turn your stove off. Heat it up with a medium or medium-low heat. Low would just take too long, and high would burn the sugar on the bottom a little bit before it mixes in, and you end up with a caramelized flavor. Which, if you want that, that's fine. It's not what I'm looking for. And then, as it cools, the cloudiness on the film of cloudiness will clear up, and the whole solution will just be a nice simple syrup, which is exactly what we're looking for. A simple syrup. It's 50% water and 50% sugar. When you're done filtering all of your product, your lemon rinds can be used in other recipes. Note they do have alcohol in them, so if you don't want the alcohol in the recipe, you'll have to cook the lemon rinds a little bit to get that out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cook these into, I'll probably coat them in sugar and stick them on a silpat or something in the oven, something non-stick, and then I'll dry them up at a very low temperature, whatever the lowest temperature is on my oven, probably about 200 degrees. And I will dehydrate them into these lemon sugar candies, which will be really good. Anyway, you don't have to do that. You can toss them if you want. Don't put them in your compost because they have alcohol. It's not so great for the compost. And then you reuse this jar, and all you're going to do, rinse it really quick with some water, fill it up to, it has marks on it. They all have markings on them. You can't really, there you go, now you can see it maybe. The markings go up to 3.5, but there's actually 4. Fill it right up to 2, okay? With either the alcohol, once it's completely all filtered, or the simple syrup, and then fill it right up to the fill it right up to this bottom rim here, which is consequently also where the seal ends. Where the seal ends and where the rim begins. Where the rim ends. There's a bridge here. You know what I'm talking about. Fill the rest of it up with the other solution. Give it a shake. It might turn a little cloudy at first. That's okay. It usually clears up. And if it doesn't, it's totally fine. Nothing went wrong. And that's it. That's limoncello. So enjoy that recipe. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, I don't mind thumbs down. I just want to know why you didn't like the video. So do me a favor. Go down to the comments below and comment why you didn't like the video after you've given it a thumbs down. Comment whatever you want. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Have a great day, and God bless.